Welcome back to the SOLIDWORKS video tutorials. Today we'll talk about editing a part. Just like a Word document or PowerPoint or Excel file, SOLIDWORKS models can be edited very easily in case you need to modify them or add features. We'll start by modifying this forward coupler and adding a hole pattern to it to accept some guide pins that will be used in our assembly later. Go ahead and open up the forward coupler in whatever folder you have it in. Here it is. Here's our plain cylinder extrusion that we created a while ago. Now, according to the drawing, we want to add in another hole pattern. These will match the forward hole pattern on the payload tube that was also constructed earlier. So how do we edit it? It's just like you are opening up a new sketch. You just pick up where you left off and add in a new detail or new feature. In this case, it's a hole pattern. So let's normal to this face, not that face, and go to our hole wizard. Let's go to ANSI inch, all drill sizes, custom sizes, .0465. There we go, the number 56. Again, this is just the usefulness of the hole tool, so it can select numerous types of drill sizes of many different standards as well. Straight hole. Go ahead and position it. Make sure it's centered on the Y. No, it's on the Z. And select our dimension. What is the dimension? 1 inch. There it is. Here's our hole. It's only on one side, which is good. We'll go ahead and make that a circular pattern. Around there, 3 equally spaced. This should all be pretty standard for you guys. And then you go and save as a modified forward coupler. And you've just edited a part. You'll get more practice with editing parts in the worksheet, editing the support part, and adding a center point slot to that. The center point slot is located in the sketch panel, like any other sketch feature. There it is. A center point slot. This option right here, it'll show, it'll pop up. First you hit the center, select the path, and then you select the width. You'll just follow the dimensions in the drawings in order to make that part. Now, one thing we're going to talk about right now is the fillet tool. I haven't mentioned the fillet tool specifically. You should have used it in a couple of the parts already simply, but I'm just going to go over some of its features right now. Just going to draw some simple shapes. So we can fillet them. Here's the fillet key. I'm sure you've seen it. There are a few options. This one is called full round. In order to full round, you look at these boxes and it's telling you which faces to select. So let's say if we want to put a full round on this square. Select this face, middle face, pink face, and that will be a full round fillet. Going back, you can select a face fillet. You take off tangent propagation. There we go. So from this face to this face, that will be filleted. Now, an interesting thing is, if I select tangent propagation, it will follow, the fillet will follow the edge as long as it's a smooth transition. since this curve and this line are tangent to each other, the fillet will just follow that all the way around, almost as if you selected a face fillet. I'm going to take that off. So that's another type of fillet. A variable fillet is an interesting tool. You can select this line, item to fillet. You can take off tangent propagation. And you'll see variable radius and variable radius. Let's make this one 0.5 and this one 0.25. You can manipulate these to create very complex fillet types in case you have a small part that you want to open out into a larger part or smooth down. They can be aesthetic or they can be structural to remove stress concentrations, which you'll learn about if you go pursue an engineering degree. So that's a variable radius fillet. They don't always have to keep the same curvature. The fillet themselves, there are a couple ways you can do this. You can select a single edge to get filleted. Oh, that's tangent propagation again. Take that off. Or you can select a face. So now all edges on that face have been filleted. Or like I said, you can just select an edge. It really wants to tangent that. And these work just as well over on circles as well. Either by face or by edge. Delete all these. Now we have our square boxes again. Let's talk about a chamfer. A chamfer is sort of like a fillet. It blunts the corner, but instead of making it nice and round, it's just a simple diagonal cut. There are a couple ways to do this. You may have seen the chamfer dimensions in your worksheets already. This says 0.1 inches down at a 45-degree angle. Yeah, let's look at this. Select this. And just like the fillet, it's selecting all these edges to chamfer. To make this 0.2. And it gets deeper. Even more deep. Let's change the angle. 60 degrees. Or 80 degrees. 30. So if you select this angle distance, it will set one edge 0.1 inches away, and then we'll make an angled cut back from that face. Same thing if you just select an edge. If you flip the direction, here is the point 1, here is the angle. There is the 0.1, there is the angle. You can flip the direction right there. Let's go to distance. This is no angle. You say, I want it 0.1 inches from this face, but 0.5 from this face. There it is, distance 2, distance 1. Or you can just say equal distance, and there it is. Another thing you can do with a chamfer, select a vertex, this option here. Again, you can manipulate this, 0.5, 0.3, 0.05, and you can get a very controlled cut off of this. I mean, you can make a new little plane on the corner here. Or you could just make a flat, simple plane of all equal distances. So those are a few things you can do with chamfer and with fillet. You'll be using these to, like I said, make the part more aesthetically pleasing, remove sharp edges, or remove places where there will be stress concentrations in the part. Thanks for watching. I hope you make some cool things in the lab today, and see you in the next video.